Hey everyone, so glad you joined us today. I'm Pastor Mick, and I've got an encouragement for you from the Word of God. You know, we're about to celebrate Good Friday in just 3 days, and Good Friday was indeed good. But you know what? It wasn't so good for Jesus from a human perspective, and it wasn't so good for his disciples. They were all in with Jesus. They hung out with him for 3 years. And they did not see this coming. Although he forewarned them that he would leave them, that he would go to death for them, they did not. Their hearts were unable to take it in. We see what he did for us in 2 Corinthians 5:21, where it says that he made him, that was God made Jesus, who knew no sin, to become sin for us, so that we could become the righteousness of God. He exchanged our horrific sin that could not stand before his Father for his righteousness. He lived the life that you and I couldn't live, and then he died the death that you and I deserved to die. And so those disciples were plunged into darkness. It was such an uncertain time for them. They didn't know what you and I know today, that in just 3 days, God would raise his Son out of the grave. So we too live in uncertain times today. Our nation it is at a place that we've never been before. And some of you have been plunged into darkness. But we're not to be fearful. We're not to be troubled by this. Our God said that he would never leave us and he would never forsake us. We, in turn, now are the hope of the world. We are the light of the world, and we have the answers that the world needs. I love Hebrews 12:2. Because it says this, it says that we're not to look to the left or the right, but we're to look unto Jesus. Here it is right here. It says, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. Jesus began our faith, and he's going to be faithful to complete our faith. And then it goes on to say, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross. What was Jesus' joy? Jesus' joy was obeying his Father. Jesus' joy, because of what he could see in the future, his joy was bringing you and I into Father's kingdom so that we could be in his family. And then it goes on to say he despised the shame. And then he sat at the right hand of God, at the very throne of God. You see, that was his joy. That was why he despised the shame. He made the cross a small thing because of what he saw in the future. He saw you, and he saw me, and he saw the whole world. He provided redemption for the entire world. That's why we celebrate Good Friday. Hey, let me leave you with these words. Jesus said, "Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.